This is the last day you will be allowed to look like this inside the Civic Center complex, because as of 7 a.m. tomorrow, everyone must mask up.
An Evansville water rate hike now approved by the state. The news comes just one day after the city delayed a sewage rate increase to soften the impact of inflation. The Pentagon says a Russian convoy on its way to Ukraine's capital, Kiev, remains stalled, in large part due to Ukrainian resistance. To make the experience that much more special. And I mean, come on, who wouldn't want a picture with this cutie?
There was a point not too long ago when that smoke turned white. We thought we were out of the worst of it, and now it's back to black. I mean, what's going through your mind seeing this? I know this is your buddy's shop.
Stringing up new lines as I speak right here. You can see them hard at work. And it is just showing you this community coming together, upholding that promise that despite all of this devastation, this tragic outcome of these storms, the community is banding together to help rebuild. Reporting live in Dawson Springs. Yes, it did fall on a postal truck. That truck was actually parked right here. They were able to tow that truck away.
If learning virtually was going to be an option again, she figured her best bet was to send that request directly to the governor.
Just want to make sure that you kind of chip some of that away. Get it off your wheel right there. You don't want that to be another hazard as you're driving when it's an easy fix.
We'll take our family over material items any day, that's for sure.
And that says it all right there. Just a big heart in this community. And again, my heart goes out to them. If changing out your windows isn't high on your list of things to do, energy efficient appliances are always a popular pick. And whether it's a new fridge or a new washing machine, just look out for the Energy Guide sticker to see how much you could save each year. If you've been outside, you might have noticed how warm it is out there. It feels like summer. It's so warm. Sweating a little bit. Well, Storm Team Chief Meteorologist Cameron Hotman is standing by right now. He's tracking the latest weather, and I hear it's the warmest day in quite some time, Cam. Well, that's all we have for you tonight. Be sure to bundle up. Remember, as Cam knows firsthand, it's cold out there.
I hope everyone in Hopkins County is doing well and their families are safe and sound.
Countless families counting their blessings right now after violent and devastating tornadoes ripped through western Kentucky. These are the heartbreaking scenes out of the small town of Morton's Gap, mere hours after one of those twisters swept through. The strength of that storm derailing a freight train, knocking multiple containers off the tracks. And just feet away, what once were homes on solid ground leveled to piles of rubble and debris.
Calling out, walking around the houses, making sure individuals are out and that they're safe.
When we first arrived, we caught up with this man, a good Samaritan who made his way down the road, helping anyone he could.
We did pull an elder gentleman out of some rubble up here. The only thing that probably saved his life is a scaffold. He was a little beaten, banged up, but he'll live to see another day.
The people of this community, not just seeing the devastation, they're living it, now having to come to terms with the reality of a scene like this. But despite the heartbreaking loss, somehow they still have hope.
Right now, no one's been injured seriously, a little beaten, banged up, but everyone's alive, and we're glad for that.
Hours later, the destruction now coming to light. The CSX train knocked off its tracks, seen clearly in this aerial footage. And while we're still waiting to confirm whether everyone here did in fact come out of this okay, in even the most dire of circumstances.
We'll take our family over material items any day, that's for sure.
This community will continue to stand together.
I could barely speak anything. I couldn't say anything. It's like, it felt like my body was just paralyzed.
It's difficult for this mother of three to think back to May 15th. It was her 30th birthday, and her husband booked her a session at Mulan Massage in Newburgh. The woman asked that we not show her face, but her account of what happened during those 2 hours is hard to listen to.
I thought, this is strange. I've never had someone expose my complete bare bottom before.
She says the man had her flip over, put a towel over her eyes, and moved his hands to her chest.
At the time, I was exclusively breastfeeding my son, pretty much blindfolded by the towel. I still had the towel on my eyes, and I could feel my breast milk expressing all over my arms and my stomach. And I was still stiff and scared. I didn't know what was going to happen next.
She says he didn't go any further, and she left. The next day, she walked into the sheriff's office and filed a complaint.
And to this day, Mulan Massage is still up and running.
A month later, the man who she learned to be known as Kevin was still employed. So we stopped by Thursday to see if that was still the case.
My name is Valerie. I am with 44 News, and I just was wondering, is there a man who is still employed here under the name of Kevin or Yun Kwai or something like that?
No, I don't know which Kevin, but he is Peter. His name is Peter.
But he doesn't work here anymore? Okay, when was he let go, or when did he leave the job? You don't know.
Kevin, Peter, whatever name the man goes by, he's been charged with a misdemeanor. He's appeared in court once already, and his next hearing is scheduled for November 19th. But if convicted, a misdemeanor means he's unlikely to face any serious consequences. And for our victim, that's not the outcome she was hoping for.
The first time I reported it, I felt like I wasn't being taken seriously. So I don't feel like anything's being done, and it looks like they're going to be open. And this is just going to keep happening. 6 months later, she and her family are still affected by that day. People ask me, why didn't you just speak up or walk out of the room? It's not like that with everyone.
Now, no matter what happens, she hopes coming forward will give other victims the courage to do the same.
There's the community who is willing to help, and if they're in a situation like mine where the place is still open, just fight for that. You deserve that.
Come on in.
For the past 7 years, Charles Stover has donned the red suit.
Come on by.
Known across Gibson County as the Glendale Santa, getting pictures with him has become something of a tradition.
3 or 4 years now, we've been out here now every year to come see him.
But he's here for more than just a photo op. This Santa is a Claus with a cause.
Just a way to help out the community.
After you take your photo with Glendale Santa, all he asks is that you leave a donation. It's up to you how much you want to give, but everything he makes goes back to local families.
Last year I filed for nonprofit. I was able to raise enough money to help out 77 kids, 38 families. I'm trying to raise enough money this year to help out 90 kids.
But he says donations have been a little slow this year, and he's worried he may not reach his goal.
About $2,500 below what I was this time last year.
Though he's not letting that bring him down.
Great way for her to see Santa, and he likes to help out the community and stuff, so that's wonderful.
Because it seems the community is starting to pick up a little of that Christmas spirit.
I know there is families out there that would love to give their kids a great Christmas, like ever they see on movies and TV. And so for him to be out here nightly, just to see the kids and let them see them smile, and to be able to help those families that actually need the really extra help.
So for the next 2 weeks, jolly old St. Nick will be at the corner of Brumfield and Gibson.
Leave a donation. Stop and get a picture, come on.
Hoping families will give what they can.
Just a couple dollars just to help.
So that he can give the best Christmas possible to those who need